Hey guys, this is Aventis and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Yay! So yeah, first of all, this footage is from like January or February or something. So yeah, I've been wanting to edit it for a while, but somehow I just didn't. Yeah, whatever. But it's finally here. It's a page from my fan comic entitled Trust Master. Yeah, because it's fitting, I guess. It's based on the book The Silmarillion by Tolkien. You might have heard of that guy. Yeah, and I currently have like 4 pages ready, and I think on my DeviantArt is where it's like the most comfortable to read because it's like in one folder. But yeah, the important thing is that this is the first ever time I recorded myself drawing. Yeah, and that's why it like doesn't start with a blank page, because you know I was a bit nervous and I didn't even know if like I could record it properly. But anyways, I thought I would upload it as like an introduction or something. Yeah, about this comic, as I said, it's based on the Silmarillion, except like, well, as the title implies, there will be some adult scenes and stuff, because, yeah, I like stuff like this, and also, like, on Tumblr there are a few hundred people who just follow me because I drew Angbang, you know, like Sauron and Melkor together. About this comic, I started it in like 2016, and well, I did some progress. Like I planned out the pages and did a bunch of sketches, and I finished 2 whole pages. Yeah, and I picked it up again this year and I finished 2 more pages. Yeah, sweet. So that's why I'm using one of my old pages as reference, because I wanted them to, you know, look similar. And well, also why it takes so long. One reason is because sometimes I just forget it and like have a shit ton of other projects to do and like school and whatever. The other thing is that it takes quite a while to finish a page like this, like without the base drawing. It was like 1.5 or 2 hours, I think. Like the footage was like 2 hours. So yeah, it takes a while, but whatever. Yeah, and I thought I would talk a little bit about my process. Like the first thing I noticed in this video is that I'm not naming my layers. Like I never do. I just turn them on and off and see what's on them, and like, why would I name them? Yeah, it's just faster and more comfortable for me. And yeah, I don't really use anything fancier than the basic brushes. You know, the good old hard round brush and the soft round brush, and sometimes I just adjust the hardness and the size, and there are those 3 buttons up top. Yeah, I'm using Photoshop, it's if it's not obvious. Yeah, so there are those 3 buttons. I don't know their name, but I just use those. Yeah, and I don't really use shortcuts, and there is one simple reason, is that I don't really have a desk, so I just sit back and my tablet is on my lap when I draw, and I just can't reach my keyboard, so that's why I don't use shortcuts. But you know, that's I got used to it, and like yeah. And about the drawing process a bit, so I have a bunch of like sketches of the pages that I did back when I started this comic. I scanned them in, and pretty much I just redrew the whole thing because, you know, it's really old. Yeah, I guess in my future videos I'll show my drawing, line art, whatever process a bit more as like a spoiler or something. The only unique thing I do is that I don't really do a sketch and a line art separately. I just do a drawing and just erase the excess lines, and like that's it. Yeah, and then when the drawing is ready, I just do a pencil shading, hatching thing to give everything a little texture, because well, I don't know about you, but I really admire artists who just use plain colors and their drawings just look good, because I really can't do that. But you know, that's the nice thing about art, like everyone does it differently and it still looks amazing. So yeah, then I add the quote-unquote colors. I really like manga style, you know, this black and white thing, but I can't really do that, so I just do this grayscale thing. Also, I sometimes try to color a comic page properly, but I just feel like it's too much effort. Whereas in grayscale, it's just, you know, I just use the low opacity black layer and the low opacity white layer, and voila, I have my shadows and my highlights, and it's not too much effort and it still looks pretty good, at least in my opinion. Yeah, so it's like a finishing touch. I add this aura of white, as I like to call it, behind the characters to make them pop out a little more. Yeah, and a bit like yeah, so I'm using a World of Warcraft font in this comic because, you know, I just thought it would be fitting, like Tolkien and WoW, it's like two like epic fantasy stuff, and I just love both of them, and yeah, I just thought it would be fitting. As like a future plan, I would like to finish at least the prologue of this comic, which is like 6 pages as I planned out. And yeah, one day I really want to make it into a art book or zine or whatever it's called. Well, maybe not 6 pages, but obviously like 20 or something. You know, with a bunch of like concept art sketches. Everyone loves those in the end of the zine or something. The funny thing is that when I started this comic, I didn't really plan like how the characters would look. Like I had an idea, I just went with it. But now I have a yeah, a bunch of sketches, like a bit of environment too, and yeah, if I ever start the first chapter, then the characters will have like different outfits and stuff, which would be better. Yeah, so let me know if you're interested in this comic to be made into a zine or something. And then I would also like some constructive criticism on this video. Like it's my first ever video, and I don't really know how to make it. So I would like to make it better. Okay, so like I don't know, should I make it longer? Should I make it shorter? Or is it too fast? Or can you see the process at all? So yeah, I would like to hear what you guys think. And hopefully my next video won't take half a year to edit. So yeah, see you guys then, hopefully soon. Bye bye.